VODs. This run is going pretty well. I mean, you caught us at a low point where the last one of our orc followers, our orc friends really, just fell victim to Zot. But besides, you know, the inescapable loneliness of the adventure, things are going pretty well. I mean, we're still alive, making our way through Zot now, hoping that we can make it through in one piece here. We may have to take a slight detour to Elf at some point here. I know we'll see how things progress. Need to get rid of the Damnation Sons of Guns here. Ooh, I didn't quite realize quickly enough that I was actively being slowed. So let's not just get slowed in the video game, but let's slow things down slightly from our own perspective. We have tons of blink scrolls, so we can probably blink up. Do I fight my way through? No. One more blink and gets us out of dodge. Specifically, as soon as the red draconian came in up above, that gets me concerned for if I do need to panic escape and I try to blink out, then one smash of damnation would have done us in. But holy moly, gotta look at that AC. Not bad, right? The 54, things are definitely looking good in that department, but unfortunately not quite enough to keep us alive. Even with good AC, good resistances really across the board, probably should be nigh unkillable. But in my haste here, as per usual, we're almost guaranteed to find ourselves in a tricky spot in that regard. Well, let's take our invisible friend upstairs, and beautiful. Able to take care of everything in one fell swoop. Holy moly. Seems like Beogh is just given up trying to gift us friends after we got just party after party horribly murdered, but that's fair. You know, I can't really blame you. I'm more disappointed in myself than you could ever be, Beogh. Just know that. I get to dip my foot into Baldur's Gate 3. Oh yeah. No, I have been loving Baldur's Gate 3. It is super unhealthy for me because of how heavily addicted I am to the game, but been trying to play it in what's the word I'm looking for? In small doses, just to make sure I don't get too absorbed. But no, loving it. Right now I'm like midway through Act 2, maybe? I don't know. Like, I've been very spoiler free and not looking stuff up, which is why I also don't really want to say where I am, but I think that sounds about right. Going off of how long the first act was, halfway seems like even potentially too generous of a assessment of my progress, and for all I know there's another like 30 hours to go just in Act 2. Haven't made it off the first area yet. It's wild how much there is to do. I think I first heard it described by my brother as him thinking to himself, oh, I'm pretty much done Act 1 here, and then I think it was 15 hours later he still wasn't out of Act 1. So definitely a whole lot to do. I mean, I kept just stumbling across stuff. Every time I'd go back to like just do some routine checkup or like finish off a quest, on my way from the Waygate to the quest giver, I'd like find a stairwell that I just hadn't seen before, just happened to walk past it, go down, and it opens up into this like giant cave system. So yeah, definitely so much to do, really enjoying it. Struggling so much with the romance in the game, trying to decide who I want to go after, I guess, who I want to become my lifelong partner. I'm never good at making decisions, and that game is just horrible for me. but great as well, of course. He loved Divinity 2, and that game was massive as well. Yeah, Divinity 2, I don't think I ever finished Divinity 2, which is bad because I loved the game. The only one of those that I think I actually finished to completion is Celasta, and that's largely because I played Celasta with my partner. Multiplayer I find helps keep me in the groove of it and like keep going through. But Celasta was really good for the combat was super like tight and very much 5th edition combat. Very, very comparable to Baldur's Gate 3 for the combat, but they didn't have quite the same depth of story in Celasta, which is the only kind of downside to it. What race/class did I go with? I am a drow. Started out as a drow rogue, and then I'm a ranger rogue dual class. So I'm like assassin gloomstalker, just a bow boy basically, or more accurately now I'm like a dual wielding hand crossbow kind of fella. But no, I'm adoring the crap out of the game. It's just so amazing, so fun. I expect crazy damage. Definitely pretty solid. The one downside is with the dual classing there is that like I don't have my second attack from Ranger yet, and I don't have my amplified sneak attack from like 5th level Rogue, I think is where you get that. So I'm starting to see where there were maybe better ways I could have optimized it, not rushing to level 3 on both, but instead trying to go up for the dual wield or something, or the secondary attack I should say, because I think Karlach out damages me right now. Karlach is a beast and basically carries my entire team. It's awesome. And you're a dwarf barbarian? Nice. I always really like barbarians. The like tankiness and damage output combo is pretty wild. And it's fun for roleplay too, justifies being a hard ass without being evil. Nice. That's awesome. Yeah, I will say that in my current playthrough, I am pretty boring. I went for very much the classic in any game like this, is that first playthrough, I'm your run-of-the-mill do-gooder, kind of chaotic good ranger for peace and justice. But playing through Baldur's Gate 3 makes me really want to do multiple playthroughs. Specifically, I'm so excited to do an evil playthrough because there's so many good evil options to take. And I'm also very much looking forward to potentially playing a worm-based playthrough where I just try to use and abuse the powers of our parasite. But again, I don't want to dive too much into anything that could even border on spoilers, so I'll leave it at that for now. And just very, very excited for multiple playthroughs, though I guess the one caveat to that is, again, the fact that I've played for like 60 hours and I'm not halfway through the game. So that's interesting. And a Githyanki playthrough would be fun too, you think? For sure. Well, and especially, again, just there's so many good replayability things, because on top of my own character, it's also like companions you travel with. I've basically been with the same 3 companions the whole game. I talk with everyone, you know, every time I go to camp. I make sure to progress everyone's storylines and, you know, keep on the ball there, but I'm sure it plays very differently when you have different people by your side, especially just very specific encounters. So next time around, I'm probably going to have to, at the very least, if I don't play a Githyanki, I'm going to have to bring Lae'zel along for the ride to see what kind of differences turn up in that playthrough. But no, I've started my own, and then I have also started a playthrough with my partner and with my brother playing multiplayer. Unfortunately, the 3 of us don't have a lot of overlap when it comes to free time. So we haven't had a lot of opportunities to play, but that's still a fun little taste already of how different things can be. You made a Gith monk to start going through? Nice. Yeah, my partner is going for a 4 elements monk, and I think they're really enjoying it so far. And there are definitely, even just in the first like half of Act 1, I was already finding a decent number of like unarmed combat style artifacts, so I think that's a fun one for sure. None of this includes the possibilities of using the mind reading spell for dialogue and the talk to animal and the dead spells. Yeah. I occasionally use potions of animal speaking where I think it's super plot relevant, but I've been trying to hold off on doing so too much because that's another one of the playthroughs on the long list of all these future playthroughs that I'm totally gonna do, and I definitely will not run out of the free time to do so. But another one is to play like a druid run where I just talk to every animal in the entire game. No, there's definitely a lot of excitement to go there. The game's good. It'll be another Skyrim playing on and off for the next few years. I think that's the way to do it for sure. And that's a great comparison. Why did I step this way? Something tries to affect me, so that's gonna be the Ancient Lich still on my back. Oh, something did hit the mark trap, which I did not notice until now. Very silly of me. But at least the Ancient Lich is actually kind of saving my bacon here. Just gonna have to get to the stairs. You son of a gun. I know I'm ponderous, but I'm guessing this Lich is also hasted. There we go. Finally take care of them. Oh boy. I'm too content and off in dreamland about all the Baldur's Gate runs I want to do, which is a good problem to have, and I don't think I'm gonna stop just because it distracted us a little bit from the game at hand here, because yeah, I'm very excited and definitely would highly recommend the game to anyone who hasn't had the opportunity to try it out yet. Somebody that I work with had just, I think, heard like second or third hand that I was playing the game and asked me what I thought, and I couldn't even begin to sum up my thoughts and feelings on the game and how excited I am. Oh, whoa. How about that for a teleport trap? The moth just right next to us. Also, hello friends. Please step away from the storm dragon. None of you will survive. Well, at least a couple of you survived very temporarily here. I can't imagine that is going to remain true for long, unfortunately. As much as it pains me to admit it. Ouch. Yep, there we go. The acting and dialogue, whoever is Will should get an Oscar. No, I agree for sure. All of the voice acting is credible. Even like the animation is pretty solid at the end of the day. But the voice acting of the companions specifically has gotten me so invested. I think, and that's why I struggle so much with the romance side of the game, because I like all the companions so much. I basically want to romance them all in the same playthrough, but hey, they'll have to wait. I don't think the majority of them are quite as poly as would be required for that dreamscape to work out, but no, I really like Will. Shadowheart. Karlach is probably one of my favorite characters in the game. Karlach is another one that I get very invested in the storytelling for. You haven't gotten them yet? Well, nice. Lots to look forward to. I mean, no guarantee you will get everyone too. You never know how it will all work out. I'm pretty sure there's a companion. There was somebody that looked a lot like a companion, but I never got any opportunity to bring them on, so I'm curious if you have to take very specific choices. But again, don't want to get too much into it, because I feel like there's a lot of potential for spoiler in the game in general. The Beogh polycule. Yes, so that's the dream, right? Are we talking about another game? We are, right, Bo? But I like the context of us talking about romancing all of our orc followers. You're replying all of what I said to DCSS. Hey, why not both? Really. At the end of the day, I'm just a sucker for love here. That's all we're aiming for in and out of the dungeon. No, I like that. The dungeon does get lonely. That's why we were so upset when Auric died. Auric was our one true love, and now that they're gone, we're just letting loose on the rest of the dungeon. No, otherwise, Ripo, we're just talking about Baldur's Gate 3 and our obsession with the game. Up to date. But okie dokie. I guess back to DCSS, though. We got to the Orb. Holy crap. I don't know how. But here we are. So, what the heck do I want to do? I probably just get out of here, right? I can most likely smite anything into oblivion on our way. That most likely is a pretty bold statement. I think what we'll do, read a teleport, only wait 3 turns instead of our usual, I think it's like 7. So we're gonna pick up, step in, landed in a very good spot, so I want to cancel the teleport here, and I guess we go for it. Oh. Geptura? Why, hi there. You have Torment, which I don't love. I mean, you're going to be doing it regardless. Never mind. Too slow, you absolute fool. Holy moly. And back on the road we go. Need to enable at least 1 skill. I mean, fighting an invo is all we really cared about in life, but I guess get really good with axes. Why not? And 3 smites to kill his middle, hey? Little bit worse off than I would otherwise hope for. And some mutations coming my way. I should actually definitely take off the hat I'm wearing. That is a poor choice there. Get rid of the ponderousness, seeing as how we'll be dogged our entire way up through the rest of the dungeon. And it's not really giving us all that much of an advantage at the end of the day. So that seems like a happy medium, a good compromise to make. Yeah, that is a painful iron shot, my friend. Well, let's hope for just a few moments of rest here. It does not look like we'll be getting it. Oh gosh, goodbye. Not even gonna stop to see if that's a Panlord that we could take. Instead, let's just get the heck out of Dodge, shall we? Let's try to survive. We've had enough close calls over the course of the run here. It only feels right to do our best to stay in one piece. And D2. Friends? Oh my gosh. Okay, everyone, stay close. Everyone, chill. Be cool. And we all make it out of here in one piece. Okay. Oh, you son of a gun. Even if... wait, why? Why would you kill them? I'm right next to you. I'm right here, you... I almost broke my swearing rule, but that's how upset we are. How much our lives have been ruined. Yeah, that was Prom Ripo. We thought the holding hands was the best way to keep them alive. Unfortunately, at the end of the day, it made them just ripe for the taking when a piercing bolt just went through the entire crew. But hey, we made it to the exit, so I guess that's bittersweet summed up in a nutshell. Basically, form to definition here. We get out, but at what cost, really, at the end of the day? All the friends that we lost, nay, that we indirectly murdered ourselves, because as the Messiah, we must take on the responsibility for our disciples here. But hey, at least we've saved the world. Can't save them all, Jesus. I'll be darned if I don't try, though, but maybe that's the lesson we're meant to learn here. Beogh has a plan for us all, doesn't he? Don't they? Oh, me oh my. But hey, there we go. We first try on our Orc Messiah run. Fantastic stuff. I mean, Beogh is always a pretty strong for a 3-rune game. An Orc and Beogh, as long as you don't get stupidly unlucky or you don't push yourself too hard trying to keep everyone alive, you're probably going to make out in one piece. You know, again, that's assuming that you have a decent amount of experience in the game, because when I first started, Orc Messiah was not even on the radar. Couldn't even get a Mountain Dwarf through to Lair, and Mountain Dwarfs were pretty wildly strong at the time. But hey, there we go. Make it out in one piece. Holy moly, we did that faster than I originally expected to. I was originally planning to have to go back and through Elf and a whole bunch of side tracks and detours just to make it through. Turns out, you just grab the orb and run. It's that easy, folks.